Whew. So ASAP Rocky has been found not guilty on all charges. Round of applause for him, man. His reaction while the verdict was being read, you could see that his body swelled up like he was ready to either accept guilty if it came down or not guilty if it came down. When it came down as not guilty, he hugged his lawyers and then he turned around and he jumped into the section where his family members were at and hugged them. And they kind of had to, go get him and have him gather his composure and come back to stand at the desk for them to finish reading the rest of his charges or the rest of the verdict. And he was guilty. He was not guilty on that count, and he was not guilty on the other count. And he hugged his lawyers again. And then he gets a chance to go home to his family and be a father to his children, man. Listen, I said it before, right? I said I don't wish him prison. And in fact, I hope a miracle happens that he doesn't get put in prison, because I want to see him and Rihanna keep on living that fantasy life that they have brought to reality. Everything is golden in their world. But looking at the case, I had this one pegged for him having a guilty verdict. If you look at everything I said in the other video, there ain't no way he wasn't gonna be found guilty. So the stars aligned in his favor. Okay? Magic happened. However the hell they made that magic happen, it happened. You will never find another case of a black man on video with a gun in his hand who was able to convince a jury that he had a prop gun that fired blanks instead of a real gun that fired real bullets, when you have a alleged victim on the stand backing that case up, right? The allegations and whatnot. Anyways, on to bigger things. Listen, ASAP Rocky, man, I hope ASAP Rocky actually looks at this as a turning point in his life. It could have gone really, really bad today. Do you see how late? Right now I'm doing this video, it's 8:30 p.m. I've never seen court go till 8:30 p.m. And then they had everybody on the edge of their seats because they said that the verdict was supposed to be read at 7 p.m. We waited to 7 p.m., then we waited till 7:30, then we waited till 8, and now it's almost 8:30. It is exactly 8:30 p.m. right now. The verdict just came down about 5 minutes ago, 8:25 p.m. And for sure, a lot of people were anticipating, damn, this got to be really bad. They're taking forever to come out with the verdict, and it came out in his favor. I hope he looks at this, and I hope he, what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Migos with Takeoff. Takeoff was just in a place he should have never been. When Takeoff passed away, and they released how much money Takeoff had, his net worth, millions and millions of dollars. Most rappers that rap about having millions of dollars don't have that much millions. And it makes you wonder, what were you doing in that bowling alley where ninjas, hood ninjas, street gangsters are in there gambling around all these nefarious characters? With your status, your worldwide fame, and the amount of money you have, you are supposed to travel with security guards. If you want to gamble, you go to the place where the rich people go to gamble at. You go to the place where limousines pull up. It's VIP service. I don't care if everybody wants to call you a sellout or say you don't come to the hood no more or you not in the streets no more. You're not supposed to be in the streets no more when you arrive at that level of fame and success. It could all be taken away from you in a blink of an eye, man, by one individual who is just jealous of all you have accomplished. I hope ASAP Rocky clearly sees what that was for him. If you ask me, he should have been found guilty. There was nothing that said ASAP Rocky was going to beat this case to me. So for the fact that he was not found guilty, that tells me God smiled upon him today. He better take this as a blessing and a lesson and he better go home and hug his children really tight, and he better make sure that he stick to Rihanna, stick to raising them babies, stay the hell up out of certain areas and certain away from certain people. Just walk a straight and narrow line from now on. Right now, if I was ASAP Rocky, I'm traveling with security after this. There's no more meeting up with anybody in the streets after this. My circle is super, super tight after this, you know? And on the other hand, now that ASAP Relly lost in this trial, he won't have a leg to stand on when it comes to the other trial, which is, you know, where they sue for money at, the civil trial. He won't have a leg to stand on in a civil trial. So he ain't going to get any money. That's my prediction. And he's just going to go off about his business being sour and salty that he wasn't able to get any part of ASAP Rocky's success. He wasn't able to railroad him to prison, and he wasn't able to sue and get any money off of him either. That'll be the end of that, right? ASAP Rocky, though, man, on the other hand, ASAP Rocky need to be thanking God, thanking his lucky stars, thanking his attorneys, thanking Rihanna, just thanking, and living like he is thankful. He has every right to be thankful after all this that he's been through. Where does he go from here? He's a free man. He has a movie coming out. He has an album that people are really waiting on. He has his fashion clothing line coming out. He is with Rihanna. He has beautiful children. He has a beautiful wife who is highly accomplished, or girlfriend if you want to call her that. I call her his wife. They've been together long enough to qualify as common law couple, so I call her his wife. I wish them nothing but the best. But yes, his fans are happy because you know sometimes how fans are. Fans are like, even when you put it right in front of them, they still don't see it. You know, so for the fans, it was just like, free that boy ASAP Rocky, free that boy ASAP Rocky. They didn't care if he was guilty or not. They just wanted him to be free, right? But we were looking at what was playing out in the courtroom, and it definitely didn't look like he was going to make it, but he did. I think this comes down to connections. If you ask me, this comes down to connections within the system. This also comes down to high-powered attorneys and their influence and pull and connections that they have. That's why they don't come cheap. This comes down to just his stars aligning, you know. A lot of people who said he should have taken the plea deal, those are the same people who are now going to say, that's right, ASAP. I'm glad you didn't take the plea deal. Yeah, fight for your rights, black man, every time. Y'all can shut up. Y'all can shut the hell up. Because y'all talk out of two sides of your mouth. You know what I mean? One side of your mouth saying, well, I think he should have took the plea deal. If I was him, I would have took it. And now that he won, or he's not guilty, now you're going to say, oh, I'm glad he didn't take it. If I was me, I would have fought for my rights too. Shut up. You either going to take it or you're not going to take it. And once you take it, you can't go back. Ask people who've been through it. So for those of you out there who don't know, this is one way that they railroad a lot of young black men to prison in the United States of America, right? You're accused of something. They build a case against you. They take you to court. They tell you, hey, you're looking at 24 years. But if you plead guilty right now, we'll give you 6 months and 7 years probation and let's say 250 hours of community service or something like that. Of course, if you're not an ASAP Rocky, you don't have millions of dollars in the bank, you're not famous, you don't have any pull, any clout, any big platform to stand on, you don't walk the runway for any top designers, you're not with Rihanna, you broke. You from the hood. The most you're going to say is 24 versus 6 months. 24 versus 6 months. 24 versus 6 months. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take that 6 months. The judge, the lawyer is going to tell you, hey, man, take the 6 months. You'll be home in 3, right? You go in there, you behave yourself, lay up for a minute. You'll be home in 3 months. And then you'll have 7 years of probation, which you'll be home with your family. Anybody, almost anybody is going to take that. And where that ends up having young black men stuck in the system is that they end up with a criminal record. And from there starts the rolling of the ball with the criminal record against them, so they can't get hired somewhere, or they got to, all the rest of the stigma that comes with having a criminal record. And it starts with just that. Now, mind you, a lot of the times they're not guilty. But when you're faced with 24 years versus 6 months, it makes sense. If you don't have the financial wherewithal to fight, most of these guys have public defendants. They don't have private attorneys that they can hire and pay thousands of dollars to fight on their behalf. So A$AP Rocky has millions of dollars. He has a platform, a huge platform. He is with somebody who is even more huge than he is, Rihanna. They have clout, they have pull, they have connection, and they have money that is long. So he said, respectfully, I'm not taking that plea deal. I'm going to fight this. Of course, a lot of us thought, damn, he crazy. I would have took that plea deal. But that's because we are looking at it from a regular person's standpoint. We are looking at it like, damn, A$AP take the damn 6 months, bro. You'll be out in 3. You'll be back home with Rihanna and the kids. Y'all fly private jet anyways, and you don't have to ask nobody for no damn application to fill out to get a job. Y'all independently employed and y'all are rich. So why fight it? Why risk going to prison? The prosecution said they would have asked for 8 to 10 years. First they said 10 to 12. Then they said 8 to 10 years off of the 24 years to be served before he would be able to get out. Why would you risk it? But that's because we are thinking at it from regular people's point of view. You got to remember, A$AP Rocky is not a regular person. Okay, no matter how we want to flip it, no matter how he looked to you with the braids and the hair and all that, he is not a regular person. His tax bracket is not regular. His circle is not regular. The people he associate with, the connections he has, none of that is regular. None of us out here are privy to the things that he is privy to, the resources he has. So, again, he was lucky to get away with this one today. If you ask me honestly, it wasn't because they couldn't prove him guilty. It was because I don't know no other way to explain it, but God smiled upon him. With that said, I wish him and Rihanna nothing but the best, and I hope he never gets himself in this type of situation again. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv /Hot Topics TV. You already know, if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.